like at first, if a camera was crooked, it was crooked. Like that was it.
Right.
It's, I got some episodes. It looks like the old.
That's why you're not worried when you set it up. You're like, I'll fix that later.
I'm like, we'll fix it in post, right? We'll zoom in. When you zoom in, you give it an extra space. You tilt it over, it'll be fine. But remember the old Batman cartoons?
Yeah.
The Batman TV show from the '60s.
Yeah.
So whenever they would go to the bad guy's place, it would be angled, right? They would have, like, if they went to the Joker's lair.
Oh yeah.
The camera would be angled. So I had a lot of shows like that. All right, before we start this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie, I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in and watching the show. If you are new, you should subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Rumble channel. If you're listening to the show in podcast, please leave a positive review there. If you are interested in getting new cell phone service, you can sign up at Patriot Mobile. Use the discount code RSWC and you will get 1 month for free. If you are looking for self-defense insurance, you can sign up at US Law Shield and use the discount code RSWC and you'll get 14 months for the price of 12. If you enjoy the show, if you like it, if you get something out of it, please share it with your friends, because that is how we get the Stagecoach across America. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Today we are starting the show at the Woodland Park, New Jersey, at the Gun for Hire range, and I have with me Jay and JJ Occhipinti. John, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
JJ,
thanks for having us.
It is a pleasure. You guys have been on the scene here in New Jersey for a while. Like, I don't want to say a long time, but you guys are the guys that organize, I think it's the second largest or the largest fundraising event in the country for the Friends of the NRA, right?
It has been the second. We're shooting for the first this time.
This is what we're doing. So we're going to push you over the limit to bring it right up to the top.
We want to show the country that New Jersey is to be reckoned with.
It's, you know what, I will tell you this. I'm in Massachusetts. It's a wildly anti-gun state. New Jersey it's not, as far as politicians are concerned, it's an anti-gun state. But there are so many great people in the gun community in New Jersey. New Jersey's been like, we call Petrolino's place my summer home.
Yeah.
So, shout out to John Petrolino. I've been coming down here for a long time doing shows with people in Jersey. It's great. It's been great, man. It's been awesome.
You can tell we're in Jersey. Everybody's
honking their horns, yeah. You know the definition for a millisecond?
It's different here.
Yeah.
It's different.
A millisecond is from when the light turns green until when the person honks behind you.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about you guys. We're going to get into the event that you guys are having on October 7th.
Yes.
We're going to obviously put some plugs in for that, but how did you guys become gun guys?
Well, I've been shooting since Moses. Actually, Moses was my instructor.
He's your instructor.
I started shooting at a young age. My father taught me how to shoot, took me hunting, pheasant hunting, rabbit hunting. Always loved it. As I got older, I started getting into the handguns, started getting into the reloading, and it just became like a passion to me.
Yeah.
And then when I had JJ, when he was, I don't know, what was the first time?
10 years old.
He was about 10 years old. I took him on a pheasant hunt, and I guess the same spark that got in me got into his blood. So he's been a two-way guy and a hunter and a gun guy ever since.
Let's be very clear on this 10-year-old pheasant hunt. We didn't find a single pheasant. There was nothing that day. We ended the day shooting clays, but that was enough, right? It was enough.
Yeah.
It was enough to get you hooked. I tell people all the time that I didn't grow up hunting or shooting, and I wanted to start hunting at one point. So I took my daughter hunting. We went out turkey hunting one year, and the only thing we bagged was a chocolate donut.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's all we got. We had Dunkin' Donuts at 5 o'clock in the morning. She was excited. We get out to the woods. She hears some noise. She's like, "Dad, what's that?" "I think it's a moose. It could be a monster. I don't know. Let's go. I'm scared." So we were home by 6.
Yeah. Hunting's interesting because, it's either super exciting that day because something happened, but the wait, I mean, depending on what hunting you're doing, if it's a sit, a sitting hunt like it is a lot on the Northeast over here.
Yeah.
You could be sitting out there for hours, but when it hits, it's very exciting. So you got to have like the right patience level for that sport.
For sure. Yeah, I buy a lot of chicken at the grocery store.
Yeah. Understood.
Kind of how it goes for me. So, all right. So you're out pheasant hunting at 10 or so.
Yeah.
You were hunting with your dad too, right?
Oh yeah, yep. I started hunting with, again, it was pheasant and rabbit.
Yeah.
He was from the old country. He was from Italy. My first shotgun was given to me by my uncle, my father's dad, now I pass it on to him. That shotgun now is going to be over 110 years old.
Wow.
It's an over and under.
Brought from Italy.
That's
on the boat with him.
On the days, you just put it in your suitcase, put it on the boat, and drive it over.
That's got to be illegal now, right?
No. It's perfectly fine in New Jersey.
Yeah, that was it. So that was my first introduction to firearms.
Yeah.
And then didn't really do much until I was about 17 years old. Mm-hmm. Started to get into shooting a little bit, long guns, handguns, at the range, just indoors. And then I started to get back into hunting on my own at that point, going deer hunting, bird hunting, and whatnot.
That's cool.
And then we started to get involved in this. I mean, I think our biggest Second Amendment thing that we do, if you will, because we're not instructors, we're not a gun store,
right.
Is just we do the charity event, but our biggest involvement is just going to the range and shooting regularly, and we do hunt as well.
That's cool.
Yep.
Like I said, there's plenty of room for everybody in the gun community. Everyone doesn't have to write or do YouTube or podcast or be an instructor or something. There are people that just enjoy shooting and want to pass that on and share it with other people. And it's not derogatory in any way. You guys have skills of organizing and planning events, and we need that skill too. Like, we need people to do that so that we can raise money and and do the Friends of the NRA dinners.
Well, I like how you say skills. Like I said earlier, I think it was more luck. Okay? When we got into this, I kind of voluntold him into this.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much, excuse the pun, shoot from the hip. I really had no idea what we're doing. When I first got asked to take over, we had gone to the 2023 dinner, and I had won a firearm, and I was checking out, and I could see that they were very busy. So I just, said, hey, listen, if next year you're going to do this, give me a call. My son and I will help you. Again, I voluntold him.
Right.
So literally about a week later, the guy calls me. He says, you said you'd help. I need a treasure, and I need this, that, and the other thing. I said, yeah, okay, I'm in. Little did I know what I was getting into. A week later, he goes to me, my job is sending me out of the state, so how'd you like to take over the whole thing?
Whoa.
Not having a filter and not thinking first, I said, sure. I remember telling Anthony, he goes, what, are you crazy?
Right.
I am a retired landscaper. One of my biggest accounts was a wedding venue place. I said, hey, would you mind holding this dinner? It's for the NRA. Are you okay with that? I go, sure. How many people are you going to have? Again, when I say luck.
How many do you hold?
He goes, how many do you hold? I said, he goes to me, 500. Okay.
We're going to have 500
It's 500.
people?
It's a good thing he didn't say it was 5,000. Otherwise, this dinner would have been for 5,000. Didn't know what I was getting into. Jay was very technical and doing all the ads and that stuff, and Anthony started helping us by advertising it, and he started to say, if other guys don't get involved, I'm going to start shaming you guys.
Oh yeah.
So I had a couple of my current, who are now good friends who had businesses, said, I heard Anthony say he's going to shame us, so before he shames me, I guess I'm going to volunteer.
I got to buck up, right?
Anyone who knows us personally now and has gotten to know us through this process, they're gonna start hysterically laughing when they hear you said, they're very organized and have planning abilities, and that goes ×2 for my father. Okay? It's not there. It's not there. We got very lucky with the amount of people and the amount of support that we had going through this. So yeah, we looked at it. You're like, yeah, all right, we're going to run this charity event. Big deal. All right, we'll run this. It shouldn't be a problem.
What's the difference?
Right?
500 people?
Yeah,
500 people?
Yeah. There was only like 200 people there the year before, and we were like, all right, we can definitely grow it.
Right. It can't be any. I don't want to say it can't be any worse, but there's plenty of room for growth. But now, you guys are playing. I think you're playing down all the stuff that you have. Like you've got. You said you ran a landscaping business, and have you taken it over? Right?
No, I'm in wealth management.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're good at handling money. You're good at running a business. Like, these skills need.
I'm good at barking out
yeah.
orders and delegating.
They played a role, right? So that's why I took
Right,
over as
they
a treasurer.
do.
We said, you'll be the chair, you can be the face of it, and we'll go from there. So that it just one thing turned into another, right? We didn't know what we were doing day one. I mean, we had some volunteers come and they're like, all right, so what's happening here and what's happening there? And I just said, oh, we've got that covered already. Don't worry about it. And they're like, oh, okay. So it was so funny because after year one of our best volunteers, he says to us, he goes, I got to tell you, you guys had me convinced that you had it, but I couldn't show the volunteers that I didn't know what was going on yet.
I told her,
had to just
we got to make it look like we know what we're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
So that we gain these people's confidence.
Right.
Otherwise,
right.
they're going to bail on us.
Yeah. So I mean, clearly we were able to get it to a certain
Scott,
point.
Joe, Sal, Victor, it was all just bullshit.
It's. All right, I hope you guys know where we're going. I
have no clue.
Idea. Perfect.
The roads in New Jersey, they make no sense,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of potholes. They don't put our tax dollars to work here.
I'm going to feel right at home from Massachusetts. So I was years ago when my kids were super young. A friend of mine looped me into coaching soccer.
Okay.
I know nothing about soccer. So the lady that organized everything gave me a DVD called The Novice Coach. And it gives you all these skills and drills and all these things you do with the kids, right? So I watch the video, I take some notes, and everything goes fine. The next year, she's like, "Hey, are you interested in doing this again?" I'm like, "I don't know anything about soccer. Like, if you put both my kids on the same team, I guess I'll do it." So the very first practice we had, my first ex-wife, as I affectionately call her, she always runs late. So she's like, "Well, I want to go to the practice, but I'm like, I got to go. I'm the coach. I have to be there."
Right.
So I get there. I got my lanyard with the whistle on it. I got a clipboard. I got the soccer balls. I got those little half cones that they have, right?
You looked official.
It
gotta look the part.
looked official.
You know, I should have had a whip on my first year. Damn.
That would have helped. So she, so there's these two women that are talking. The ex-wife comes in, and one of the ladies says, "Oh my gosh, this guy's really good with kids. He knows what he's doing." And my ex-wife was like, "He doesn't know anything about soccer. He watched a video and took notes last night. He has no idea what he's doing."
Well, I'd say we knew. Well, we knew the 2A community, but we didn't know how to run a fundraiser, right? We just shot from the hip, like you said.
Go out and talk to other FFLs and try and get stuff out of them. That was strange to us, you know.
Sure.
We started asking for donations to put what we call tricky trays, and then, you know, people give you a bunch of separate stuff, and you got to organize them and put them together and wrap them up and make it look really, really nice and pretty.
Yeah.
Well, that happened, but we didn't do it. My wife did it, his wife did it, my daughters did it.
Right.
I mean, they made like a beautiful presentation, and everybody go, "Wow, you guys did a good job." Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, my wife did it.
No problem.
Right. Give her all the credit. That's awesome. How long have you guys been doing this?
So we took over for the 2024 dinner. So
2024.
since we probably took over in about November, December of 23 is when we started to plan the 2024 dinner. And
yeah.
I think what people don't realize too is we're planning all year round for it. Like
Yeah.
Anthony likes to say we go into hibernation for the last 2 months of the year because it happens in October, November we kind of finish everything up,
right?
And then December we're not doing anything. But come January we're starting to talk about all right, what does next year's event look like?
Right.
Where can we improve? What was feedback we received from attendees, and how do we keep it going and keep it growing? Right.
What kind of stuff do you have to do to organize this? So I mean, because it's not. It's great when people can give guns away, but there's so much more than just getting people to donate guns, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're starting in January. We're going around to the FFLs, right, to say what can you donate? Sure. Is it a gun that you can give, like you said? But we're also just going around to local businesses saying, here's what we're doing, here's the charity, here's what it's going back to support, and gathering all these items so that there's stuff for the individuals and the attendees who come to the event to be able to go home with something, right? They're donating to our events. We want them to go home with something.
Right.
So it's a lot of networking and marketing before the event to get local businesses involved, get them recognition for getting involved and letting people know, hey, these are the businesses that are supporting the things that you believe in as an attendee of this event. right? This is where your money's going back to youth shooting sports in the state of New Jersey. So these are the people that are also like-minded like you and have your same interests in mind.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the thing that like JJ hit on is all these tricky trades that are put together. Everybody thinks, well, this is a Friends of NRA event. There's got to be a bunch of stuff for some big old fat guys wearing all these flannel and shooting guns. No, we have stuff. Yes, we do have a lot of stuff for those fat guys, and I include myself. But we have salon packages. Last year, a dentist donated 5 Botox sessions. We have things for kids. We have restaurants, movie tickets, everything. So there's something there for everyone.
Yeah.
So we encourage guys to bring their wives, and honestly, even to bring the youth. If you have any children, I have the Gallo boys who every year thus far have gotten up and done the honor of doing the Pledge of Allegiance for us.
The Callows, right?
The Gallows, yeah, the Gallows, I know Callow. Yep.
All right. And how do we get on 46 from here?
Let's see here.
46 West was that way. All right. Good thing we're in a rotary. Lackawanna Ave. We need to go back there too. 46 East. We're looking for 46 West.
46 West.
We're just going to keep spinning the circle until we finally
we
get
can spend about 20 minutes going around the circle.
Hey kids, Parliament. All right, so you get the tricky trace, you got things for women, you got things for kids. I will tell you this, I guess it was the first year you guys did this. I was going down to NRA headquarters to interview Doug Hamlin and Mark Keefe and some other people. Yeah, and I called you up, and I'm like, Petrolina was like, "Are you coming to this?" I'm like, "I don't know if I can pull it off. I gotta go down to Fairfax, yada yada yada." So I reached out to you, and I'm like, "Hey, I don't want to be a jerk. I just want to make a pop in. I just want to pop in. I want to stay for the." Stay for the reception at the beginning, a little cocktail hour or whatever. I said, I'm not going to drink anything. I'm not going to eat anything. I just want to hang out. You're like, yeah, come on in. I'll put you at table 2. We'll get you a prime rib. It'll be fine. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Anybody who knows me, you never leave one of my events hungry. It's always the best of the best. So.
Yeah. Well, except I left hungry last year because there was no time to eat during it.
Oh, yeah, sure. You got a lot of plates you're spending.
Yeah, but you're just a volunteer.
Right. He didn't care about it. He made sure that the attendees were taken care of.
I made sure that the chairman and the attendees were well taken care of.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. These things are great, man. And you, the first year was 500 people.
Correct.
520 people. Last year we were at 535.
535.
This year our goal is 600. But the bigger goal. So last year we grossed $180,000.
Wow.
Right? We netted 83.
Yeah.
Well, what year is this year? It's the 250th birthday of this great nation.
Yeah.
So I think a bigger target than 600 people is $250,000.
Damn.
So our goal, while lofty, is definitely achievable. I want to bring in $250,000, so maybe we have $110,000 to go ahead and use for the grants. Because the more we can get, the more two-way things that we can grant, especially anything to do with the youth.
Right.
And that's sort of, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. So in 2024, in January of 24, we sat in on the first disbursement meeting, which we had nothing to do with the 2023 dinner. And at the time, there was 2 high schools that were looking for grants to start up shooting programs. We didn't have enough
with
money.
22s.
Yeah, it's with 22s. That they weren't great. They weren't like $20,000 grants. It was like a few $1,000s each.
Right.
And we didn't have the money to fund both of them. There was either do one all the way or 2 half-assed.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at him and saying, "This sucks, man. I mean, we got to do more. We should at least be able." I mean, it's great that in New Jersey, schools want to start up shooting programs again.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
With that being said, we did really good in 2024. Last year, with the funds that we raised, was the first year since we've been at these meetings, we were able to fund every grant that the state.
Yeah.
So that felt good.
Let's take a moment to just explain to everybody what exactly the charity's doing, right? So the money that's raised in each state, because there's Friends of NRAs in every state, okay? And in New Jersey, there's 3 dinners. And that money for New Jersey or whatever state you're from that you're attending a dinner at, 50% of that goes to the NRA Foundation to be used for the Eddie Eagle program. All right.
Right.
So that goes to the National Friends of NRA 501c charity for Eddie Eagle. The other 50% of the money raised goes directly back to the state in which that Friends of NRA is for. So for us, it's New Jersey, right? Mm-hmm. And at the end of the year, we sit down with the other dinners and we get a list from 501c3s or 501c organizations, nonprofit charities in the state of New Jersey asking for grants. And then we have the ability to then, release the funds to the appropriate 501cs that we feel, we should send this money to. And to his point, back in 2024, when we sat down and did this, off of the 23 numbers, because we got thrown into it at the end of the year, we were sitting on this board to distribute the money come year end, and we were green to it, so we really relied heavily on the other dinners in the state to kind of guide us through the process.
Yeah.
And we could only do a fraction of what was needed. And when in that high school example, we said, do we give them a little bit of each, or do we just fund one? And we decided to fund one because we didn't want to do it halfway.
Right.
But the unfortunate part was the following year, that school did not come back to us and ask for a grant.
Oh, wow.
So we said we lost the ability to get this shooting sport and firearm safety into this school, and now these kids missed out on that.
Yeah.
So, those are the leaders of tomorrow, right? So now we just missed an entire group of kids in a high school, and now it's been 2 years, they still haven't come back to us for that grant. And, especially with schools, you got Board of Educations, and there's all these hoops that they jump through to get to this point.
Yeah.
And at the Friends of NRA level, we weren't able to fundraise enough money for that. So that's really where, it was really good, I think, that we got to sit in on that meeting before we even hosted our first dinner, because we were able to say, okay, these are the funds that are needed in the state, and how do we go forward from there?
It gave us something to fight for.
Yeah, it gave us a goal. So that's what started 2024, getting that 500 people. Again, we had no idea what we were doing.
Right.
But come year 2, we needed to move it to a bigger venue, because you were at year 1 that we hosted. It was
you
packed.
couldn't move.
You couldn't move.
You couldn't move. The place was unbelievably nice. Very, very fancy, very swanky. A ton of food, a ton of everything, and a boatload of people. And it was absolutely, it was a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
2025, we moved venues so that we could accommodate, more people and also give everybody more room. Was it uncomfortable in year 1? No, but you could see that the writing on the wall was we need this is a growing event, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I think the biggest thing, nobody thinks that the second largest charity firearms dinner, Second Amendment dinners in the state of New Jersey. People say, "What? No way!" But when you think about it, we are in the North Jersey metropolitan area,
right?
And the Second Amendment is typically overlooked in this area by politicians and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So here we are, where we've got a group of affluent individuals right outside New York City that are like-minded Second Amendment supporters that are coming together, saying, hey, we want to make sure that shooting sports, firearms education stays in the state of New Jersey, and we're able to educate our kids, and that right doesn't get taken away from them. So we're in a great market, actually. Most people would say, New Jersey, you're in a terrible market for a Second Amendment dinner.
Right.
But when we really got down to it, we said, there's 500 people we're getting to come to this dinner who are like-minded in an affluent area, right in our demographic. So we've really tapped into that market, and they've come out in numbers, and we've raised a tremendous amount of money, and we plan to continue and only grow that.
That's fantastic. Now, I want to hit this too. There's been a lot of issues between the NRA and the NRA Foundation. The money from the Friends of the NRA dinners, if I'm correct, goes to the NRA Foundation. The NRA Foundation recently rebranded themselves as the 1791 Foundation.
Yeah.
And this is going to go to the one, the NRA, I think, has a new group.
Foundation.
A new foundation,
Yeah.
right. A
Right.
new foundation where the Friends of the NRA dinner money is going to go to.
Correct.
Because I know that, if I remember correctly, there was one dinner that people are like, hey, we're not gonna get involved in this because all the money is going to the NRA Foundation, and that's the old guard.
Sure.
And that just it was a big it still is
Yes.
a big mess.
Yeah.
But the money's still going to come back, and it's going to go to the programs that it's supposed to go to.
Yep. So let's clear that up. So, we were notified just as everybody else of what was going on, and, we had no idea that didn't trickle down all the way to us, right?
Right.
So when we were notified, we were told, hey, this is what's going on. We hoped it wouldn't come to this, but there was, a group of bad actors that wanted to use the money for things that it wasn't supposed to, and we have stopped that. We tried to get them to, relinquish their seats at the top. They refused, so unfortunately it had to become this public lawsuit to split. So what we were told and what happened what we were told is exactly what happened, I should say. All the money that was in our account was moved over to the new foundation. They opened up a new bank account, they moved the money over. They said, the National Rifle Association owns the brand and everything NRA. So Friends of NRA is the charity underneath the NRA. They owned all of those assets. So they were able to move everything over for the Friends of the NRA dinner. They owe the bad actors, if you will. They ended up having to change their name. They're now under a different organization name, and they are continuing to do whatever they wanted to do, but they don't have the Friends of the NRA money, if you will, that is raised at these dinners. So people can confidently know that the National Rifle Association is doing what they need to do to protect the money that was raised at these dinners, and that's exactly what we were told from the beginning is going to happen, and that's what ended up playing out. So attendees, past attendees and future attendees can know that, hey, I'm coming to this dinner, and there has been a complete split and divide from those bad actors to everything's under a new account, a new foundation name that we still operate under Friends of the NRA, and your money's going back to 50% to New Jersey and the other 50% to the Eddie Eagle program. So just as it always was and always was explained to all the attendees.
That's great. That's really the way it should be, and it's good. It's good to know that. It's good to know the money stays in the state where you raise it, right? Because you want to feel like you're doing something for the hometown and the home team and your own group of people. So that is a really good thing. That is really good. Yeah, and it's unfortunate for all the stuff that's happened over the last few years. I do think the NRA is getting things straightened out and organized better, and I think they're...
Without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been involved in the last couple of years at the NRA annual meetings at the Voices of the Second Amendment, where the NRA gives YouTubers, podcasters, radio folks, whatever, they give them an opportunity to sit down and interview people, and they give us a booth, and we have to crank out a little content, and that was one of the things one of the improvements and one of the changes, one of the new things that the NRA's done that I think is really cool.
My personal feeling is with the new leadership of Bill Bockenberg and Doug Hamlin, I know like a lot of people say, oh, well, this whole thing that happened is going to be, we are going to emerge on the other side of this bigger, better, and more victorious than we've ever been before. I know these two, I've gotten to know these two gentlemen personally. They are top-class people, and they are on our side. And when it kind of bothers me when people go, oh, the NRA, okay, this is not the NRA that you and your grandfather are used to.
Right.
It's totally different. The people now at the head of the ship are great people and honest people.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, what everyone needs to remember too is that Friends of the NRA is the 501c portion of it. Like when we walk into a FFL or any business to say, hey, this is what we're doing, what we tell them is, this is the charity arm. Like we're raising money to put back to the state of New Jersey, and we're for youth shooting, for Second Amendment activities in the state. We're not here, collecting membership fees or membership fees, for the NRA. We're not here to sell you on something. We're here to tell you, hey, we are a grassroots effort. We're pounding the pavement out here to get you involved. So that way that there's young individuals learning firearm safety, firearms education, getting their hunting licenses, getting into shooting sports, which is ultimately, going to better the entire Second Amendment community if we're doing things the right way and these individuals are being taught the right things at a young age.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, when is the event?
October 7th.
October 7th. Give us all the details.
Go ahead, Jay.
Sure. So it's October 7th at the Grove in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. We're selling out at 600 people. So you're going to want to get online, get your tickets. You can go to friendsofnra.org/events. You type in your zip code. It'll show you the nearest one to you. And if that's not us, that's fine. Just get out there and support the event, the local event.
Right.
You plug in your zip code, it tells you the local one to you. You'll find us on there as well, North Jersey, Friends of NRA.
Yep.
And you can buy the tickets directly from there. If not, you can email us, FONRANJ@gmail.com, and you can just say, hey, I want to get involved, I want to get a ticket, I want to donate something. Just shoot us that email. You'll be able to get in contact directly with the two of us, and we'll be able to help you get involved in whatever way that you want to.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I want to say one thing though. We call ourselves the North Jersey Friends of NRA. Well, we have attendees from as south as Virginia, from as north as Maine, and last year we had people donating to us from Michigan. So the word is out there that New Jersey, there's a train coming down the track, and it's called the North Jersey Friends of NRA. My buddy Sal and I, we travel locally here, like upstate New York, to solicit people down as far as like Lakewood and Toms River and Forked River, and we're just getting so much positive attitude. It's really heartwarming.
Yeah, it is. I used to not go to the. I'm gonna sound like a chump. I used to not go to the things that my own state group does. But then after I started doing Riding Shotgun, I'm like, you know what? I should go to the things that are in my state. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to New Jersey for dinners. I'm going to Pennsylvania for dinners. I went out to an event in San Diego. I'm like, I need to go to everything that my state's doing. You have to support the local state, the local organizations that are doing things at the state level, so that everything can happen on the bigger level as well.
Right, and we've done the same thing. We went to the Matamoros show in Pennsylvania, to the Lancaster show in Pennsylvania. We went down to Salem County in New Jersey to support, which is not around the block. It's a 2.5-hour ride, but it doesn't make a difference. We're supporting a good cause.
One of the biggest things people want to do is they say, I want to get involved, I want to help, I want to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, this was not something that we planned on doing. This just kind of, the stars aligned, right? And then now all of a sudden, I'm voluntold, I'm the treasurer of this organization, and I don't know how I got here, but here we are going on 3 years.
Right, you're a turtle on a post.
Right. So I think the biggest question for everyone is, okay, well, what do I do? How do I get involved? I want to get more involved in 2A. I want to get more involved in my hunting club, whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, what you can do is simply show up to a dinner like this that is giving back to the state that you're in, right?
Yeah.
Whether that's New Jersey or Massachusetts, it doesn't matter, right? So whatever it is, just get involved and donate and keep the fight moving, if you will, right? We're not the political branch of the Friends of NRA. We're the charity branch of the Friends of the NRA, and we want to make sure that, we can't harp on enough that youth shooting stays in each state, because they are the leaders of tomorrow. Without them,
we're not going to have
it's going to die with the older generations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is important to do stuff at the state level.
Yeah, and while we want to encourage everybody to come to the North Jersey Friends of NRA, there's also the Atlantic County one that we go down and attend. So August 1st of this year, Sandy Hickerson is running one in Hamilton, I believe the town is called. It's the Atlantic County Friends of NRA. And then next winter, Ron Ayers from the Salem County is running a Friends of NRA dinner. And we've been to both of them. They're great events. And again, it's not us against them or them against us. We're all in this
We're all on the
together.
same team.
Right.
And we all help each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you can hit all three, hit all three.
Totally. It's interesting too, because it's like you said, it's not just gun stuff, but you can actually find deals on guns.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Like the Gun Owners Action League had an event in mid-June, and I really wish I had more play money, because I really do.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Somebody, this is really peanuts. They were auctioning off a Ruger 1022, I think, and like a little, eye and ear and targets. I don't know if there was ammo, but it was it was a starter kit with a 1022 for a whopping $225.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, that's less than you'd pay for all of that if you went to a local store.
If you know the firearm that you want, come to a dinner and you'll know when to stop bidding on it. And we've looked at it, and probably 95% of the firearms that we've auctioned off, people are paying less than what they would have paid in the store. A couple of people make a donation here and there, but
right.
It's okay. It's for a good cause.
Yeah, for sure. And this is great. You guys are slaying it out here. It's again, going back to hammering at home, it's really important to do this in the non-gun friendly states, and it's important that the non-gun friendly states have all this stuff going on, and they're doing all this great stuff to raise money, to raise awareness, and to get youth shooting and to get more people involved.
Yeah, that's the key. And again, our goal, this is our North Jersey Friends of NRA, our goal is $250,000. So hopefully between all 3 dinners we could do, $350,000.
Oh yeah.
And just get the things done that need to be done.
Yeah.
A little sneak peek into some of the live auction stuff. We are working on a deal right now with a championship breeder of bird dogs. I mean, like super bloodline. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get one of those puppies to auction off.
That's cool, man.
It's really going to be cool. It's really going to be cool.
One thing that you can't do for anyone who hasn't been to one of these is you can't go home with the guns. You've got to go to an FFL and pick them up or transfer them from whatever the home store is to a local FFL.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
Again, dirty Jersey's got its hands in everything.
It's a Massachusetts thing too.
Okay. It's not just, yeah. Right. And New Jersey doesn't allow any firearms there at the event. But you know what? I always say, we can play within the confines of the rules.
Yep.
And we can still have a killer event. So for the number one dinner by volume in the country has guns at that event. We don't have guns at that event.
Right.
And we're able to raffle them off. PowerPoint presentation, slideshow, let people know what they're bidding on, what it is, but we're not allowed to have it there, right? So we've always gotten a lot of pushback saying, well, you're in Jersey, so you can't have this or your event. We don't know how successful it'll be on the live gun auctions. We do very well on that because we play within the confines of the rules and we're still raising money. So it just goes to show again how resilient the individuals who are Second Amendment minded people in this area still are. They know what rules are meant to try and suppress their rights and their views, but at the end of the day, they're coming out strong on top.
And if you're not a gun owner, for the first time in 2026, the Friends of NRA is allowing archery. So we're going to have a lot of archery stuff also.
That's cool.
So if you're a bow hunter and you want a chance to get a nice crossbow or a compound bow at a discounted rate, sign up.
That's cool. Yeah, a couple months ago, here in early-ish, spring-ish, 2026, the Massachusetts governor, whose name I shall not name, who shall not be named, right?
Yeah.
She came out and did a little thing with some crossbows and said she wanted to allow hunting on Sundays. And as it turned out, that was one of the first things they put on the act to get rid of, was the hunting on Sundays. So, just a bunch of bump.
For us, it's not on the politics side, but you know what? Youth shooting again. It's the leaders of tomorrow, right?
So after I became a gun guy, I thought I should become a hunter because I thought that was the logical path.
Sure.
Because I didn't know. I didn't know. So I got a bow, I got archery, and then I got a deer target. I'd go shoot that in the backyard.
Sounds familiar.
The nice thing about archery is you don't have to buy arrows unless you lose them.
Right.
You might have to buy tips, but you don't have to buy a whole new arrow. So
that's true.
You can get a half a dozen arrows and go out and zing those in the backyard, and have a good time with that. Yeah, and I'm going to use air quotes. The hunting that I've done is deer hunting with a bow, but it really is just to climb up into a tree stand, read a book, drop it, and take a nap.
Right, honestly, just the experience of being outside, quiet.
Oh, it's great.
Nothing, with no distractions. Put your cell phone, just leave it in the car and forget about it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yes, you'd like to go ahead and catch something, but even if you don't, it's still a great day out.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I get a little frustrated. I got a buddy let me put up a tree stand behind where he lives, and I go out there and I'm trying to do all. Like, again, I didn't grow up hunting or shooting, so I'm trying to read all the books.
Right, learn it yourself as you go along.
Right, exactly.
Understood.
So I got the deer urine on my feet, and I'm walking out quietly and taking a step and waiting a few seconds, taking a step, waiting a few seconds. I get to the tree stand. I put my bow on a rope. I climb up. I sit in the tree stand. I pull the bow up. I get the harness. I got the whole deal. And I talked to my buddy. He's like, "Yeah, I went out. I didn't see anything." I talked to my buddy. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I went out. I saw a deer. I pulled the bow out. I shot it. Went right over his back. Didn't move. I pulled another bow, shot at it again, missed him. He's like, I sat there and smoked cigarettes. The deer, like...
He felt safe.
Meanwhile, you thought you did it by the book.
I'm trying to do all this stuff you're supposed to do. He goes out smoking butts, and the deer come to him. And
That's because he knew that your buddy would miss the shot. He knew he couldn't go by you.
Oh, man.
Swing and a miss.
Right. It was a little frustrating, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you find the more and more you get involved, the more you keep finding people that are, think the same way that you do. I just started getting into a little more pheasant hunting and training a dog and whatnot. Next thing you know, I find myself on Monday nights with 60 other dog owners and training our bird dogs. I'm thinking, in New Jersey, this is going on. I never knew that, right?
North Jersey.
But every Monday, sure enough, in the off season, there we are training our dogs, right? So the more you get involved, the more you do, the more you meet people and you make different connections, and you're engulfed with the people in your area who think the same way as you, and it's crazy to think about because nobody thinks North Jersey is that type of area.
Yeah, no kidding. One of the things I wanted when I started riding shotgun is I wanted to expand my circle of friends, and I got to tell you, it's been fantastic. Like I said at the beginning, Jersey's been a really good friend of the show. I've had a lot of people from Jersey on the show. Made a lot of really good friends down here. I've done shows in I think 37 states so far.
Wow.
And it's great. I've had people that say, hey, listen, if you're coming out to our area and you need a place to stay, let me know. You can come. We got a spare bedroom. You can stay here. Like it's been really cool. And gun folks are great folks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, doing this, yes, it does feel good for us. I mean, what we get out of it is the satisfaction and the pleasure of knowing that we're doing something good. Mm-hmm. But prior to getting involved, we'd go to the range. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? But I've met so many people, made such good friends with people now. It's like I've known these people for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
only been 3.
Only been 3 years, and you're already the number 2 place. The number 2 spot raising money.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've missed expectations though. We were supposed to be number 1 in 1 year, but one and one it didn't work out in the end. But we're still on our way.
You got to work the kinks out.
Sure. We needed to figure out how to plan a charity event first.
I say we shoot for the stars. If we miss, we hit the moon.
There we go. There we go. So one of the speakers this year is going to be the NRA president, Bill Bockenberg.
Bill Bockenberg, who is a native of New Jersey, who currently lives out in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Reached out to him. He is super excited to do our event. He's heard a lot about it. Yeah. And he's going to be our keynote speaker.
Very cool.
And he's just phenomenal. I mean, I get emails from, hey, John, is it okay if I do this and this? I'm like,
do whatever you want.
This is the president of the NRA asking me. He can do whatever he wants, you know? So that's great. I'm really proud to have his support behind us.
Yeah, that's
fantastic. It goes to show you get, how many times is the CEO coming down to talk to talk to a group of people?
Doug Hamlin came down the first year, right?
That's right. Last year we had Doug Hamlin. Doug Hamlin came out and that's what I'm saying. Think about an organization. A large organization, how often do you get to talk to the CEO?
Yeah.
They're in meetings, they're too busy, they don't want to hear it. No, they're taking time out of their schedule to come down
schedules are busy.
and talk to the people on the ground floor, mm-hmm. right? And in New Jersey, again, it's not, they didn't go out to a super Midwest state that's always red, has great gun control laws, if you will, no gun control laws, whatever it is, right?
Right, a permitless carry state.
Yeah, permitless carry state. No, they came to New Jersey to say, hey, you are not forgotten about. There's a lot of good things happening here, and it's incredible that there's this many people in a room supporting this charity. Yeah. And then the first year we had attorneys. We had Dan Schmutter, we had Frank Pisano mm-hmm. speak, and I mean, Dan Schmutter is arguing cases in front of the Supreme Court, right? Yeah. So for those guys to take time out of their schedule to come and speak at an event like this and just let everybody know, hey, this is what's going on. This is what you should be aware of. Thank you for supporting, this movement mm-hmm. is incredible. They're not getting paid to come down and speak to that. They're coming to do that because it's important to them.
Yeah, totally. That wasn't the exit we needed.
That was the exit, but that's okay.
Oh man, I saw the signs, but I'm like, no, that's not it.
We're just gonna have to keep going then.
there's another one coming up.
Yeah.
It's a good thing about these exits. There's another one coming up.
Yeah, in Jersey, there's an exit every 5 feet, along with a pizzeria and a bagel joint.
Isn't there a diner everywhere?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
look to your left. There it is.
There,
Diner.
there.
Right? Oh man, this is awesome. All right, well listen, let's put one more plug in. How can people find the website, the date, all the info?
Yep, friendsofnra.org. You can go there, plug in your zip code. It'll tell you where the nearest Friends of NRA event is to you.
Yeah.
You can buy our tickets for our event on there, along with any of the other New Jersey tickets once you plug in your zip code.
Mm-hmm.
We are the North Jersey Friends of the NRA. You can email us directly at fonranj@gmail.com if you want to get involved, you want to buy a ticket, you want to donate something to the event, whether that's a gun, a tricky tray basket, a purse that you have that you're not using anymore, whatever it is. Any
By the way, I don't
donations.
have one of those.
Yes. Any donations you want to make, you just reach out to us.
Not, or at least not one that I want to go ahead and give away.
Right. So anything that you wanna let us know or get in touch with us with, you can get us at that email address, and we'll get back to you and let you know how you can get involved.
All right, sounds cool. John, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Charlie.
This was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, Charlie.
JJ, thank you. You guys are great, man. You guys are slaying it down here.
We're going to have to stop at a steakhouse now, right?
We're going to a diner.
Yes, we're going to a diner.
We're going to a diner.
Perfect. All right. Well, listen. If you made it this far, you need to share the show with your friends. I want to thank John and JJ for being on the show. We're going to put some links to the Friends of the NRA. We're going to put a link to their all their info, all the links, so you can find out. It is October 7th, 2026. If you're anywhere in the tri-state area, I think is what you guys call it, right?
I would say anywhere in the nation.
Anywhere in the nation, right? You need to be coming to these. The Friends of the NRA dinners. Obviously, they're partial to the ones in North Jersey, but there's also going to be some links to the Second Amendment Foundation. You can check that out below, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.